Okay, what we're looking at here is the 32Q setup. Comes in another pretty nice box. In the back, you'll see where the power cord gets hooked into. You open this thing up, got a power switch here. Now, this has a battery in it. Okay. It also is a plug, so if you were close to the house setting this thing off, you might as well just hook it right up to the AC power and save the battery. But it's up to you. It depends where you're at. If you have AC power available, so I'm going to go ahead and plug this end into the bottom back here. The other end's going to plug into the wall. And you can see my system came to life. This 32Q can either be fired step fire, that would be one at a time, all the way through, or rapid fire, which then would use the sequencer. If you were to use the remote, make it a wireless function, of course you'd extend this antenna. A couple modifications we're going to have to do to send this back to the factory is we'd like this to be a soft, flexible antenna, and there'd be a key switch right here. But this is the first prototype, and we're going to go with it just basically with the wired up schematic that we came up with. This is the way you program the sequencer for rapid fire. Basically, this button right here would indicate the gap between cues that when you'd fire it. This would be 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 4, and if you go ahead and keep your finger on it, it goes up. So that'd be 9.9 all the way up. 0.1, 2 seconds. Keeping your finger on it goes backwards. So let's go. So we can actually see. We'll go 0.2 seconds between cues. This one right here would tell you how many cues you wanted to rapid fire. We'll do 16 cues. So, keeping my finger on it, it goes backwards. 16. Now, this button right here, you would start it, and that would be the rapid fire. You'll see when it goes off, you'll see a line go all the way down through 16. Firing test in 3, 2, 1, firing. Okay. Now that program is complete. If you wanted to reset it, hit the position switch here. That resets it. You're back down to 0. Now, what's the remote for? The remote can do the same thing, only you can do it remotely instead of pushing these buttons. You flip the fob open. The C button on this remote would fire it off manually. If I wanted to fire it off manually, you'll see it, and this would be step fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The clicking you hear is this fob here. Okay. Just go ahead and reposition it. Now you can also do the same thing using the start button, firing it manually, but without using the remote. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Reposition. Now you can also program this sequencer or the rapid fire using this guy right here. A button, which is this one right here, indicates the time gap. That's 0.1. If I keep my finger on it, it goes backwards. If I do one at a time, it goes forwards. We'll go to 0.1. Okay. The B button indicates the number of cues you want to go off. We'll go ahead. You know what? We're going to do every single cue. 32 cues. The C button executes your command, firing the program in 3, 2, 1, firing. Okay. That's a quick demonstration of the step fire, rapid fire. Of course, the next thing would be you want to see this thing actually in operation. So we're going to take this outside and let you take a peek. Okay, so you can see exactly how this thing's going to work. We moved, instead of going outside where it's too sunny, we went into our indoor testing facility. The scenario that we're working on here is, we'll assume you're in an area where you can't plug it in. Let's say we're out in the middle of a cornfield and you have no way of plugging it in. So we're going to run off entirely off of inside power. It's in the power that's built into the unit. This system right here, the 32Q, is obligated to run off of these igniters, which are the easy lights, which currently are for sale at mortartubes.net. Okay. The system now has already been wired up. Polarity is not an issue, so you can see clearly how I did this. I have 5 igniters, 5 of the easy lights. The first one is in Q1, the second one is in Q5, the third one is in Q9, the fourth one is in Q13, and the last one is in Q17. So you're going to turn the power on. We're zeroed out. We're on test. Right here you can see the light didn't come on. That indicates that either you have a bad wire bridge, or more likely you just didn't make good contact on this terminal. And as I wiggle it, you can see it came on. So I'm looking at it right now and it appears that this wire is the problem. Okay, so now we've got all 5 lights indicating that our 5 igniters are currently good. If you had all this hooked up, you'd have 32 little red lights on right now. Okay, you're good, you're in test, everything is good, you're ready to go. We're going to go ahead and we'll fire this one remotely. So you arm it by hitting from test here over to fire. Those lights go off, you're good to go. Now we're going to step fire this. Okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see the lights or not. However, we're going to use the remote on this. Antenna's going to go up, although at this distance you really wouldn't need it. Button C fires individually. So the first one should go off, that'd be Q1. In 3, 2, 1, firing. That fired off. The next button will shoot Q2, however there's nothing in Q2, but you'll see the light up. 3, 2, 1, lighting, nothing happened because there's nothing in there. 3, nothing's in there, so nothing will happen. 4, there's nothing in there, nothing will happen. Okay, we'll go back here so you can see. The next one, something will. 3, 2, 1, firing. Okay, same situation. 6, nothing is in there. 7 or 8, nothing's in there. 9, there is. We're going to back up. This isn't a distance test, but you can see it went off nice. Again, 14, 15, 16, nothing in it, but I'm going to show you. 14, 15, 16. That went off. Next one's going to be 17. And you can tell what Q you're on. Right here it tells you. Right now we're showing on Q13. It just went off. So, okay, so right now Q16 was the last one that went off. The next one we have one in Q17. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that one actually escaped. So, you fired them all off, boom, 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 go all the way through your system. And when you finish it, it zeroes itself out. So it's a pretty comprehensive system. You can step fire also using the start button here, in case you don't like these wires. You can also extend this if you wanted to give yourself some distance, not use the remote. You can attach shooting wire to this system. The next system we'll try is the 24Q.